We have a beautiful Saturday morning here, spending some time out here in the garden. Just making sure I don't have any more baby rattlesnakes like I found last night, pulling weeds. Just planted a few things in here. I rototilled and set up my drip tape last weekend. Got 3 rows of corn, row of beets, and we have beans and pumpkins in this one. Just realized I have no carrot seeds, so I'm going to put carrots. And I don't know what I'm going to put down there yet. Still a work in progress. Over here, got irises that I got for free. I have no idea what color or what variety they are. I do have a little baby one coming up here still. One of the places I buy plants and soil from, they're a non-profit and they were giving them away. Calling this my surprise garden because early last month I took probably 10 packets of seeds and just threw them in here, and I have no idea what's coming up. There is little stuff in here. I think those are just like green onions. There's flowers, there's vegetables, there's everything in here. I do have one asparagus growing up right there. There was another one. Chickens might have got that one already though. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna have to see what conspires out here. Those 2 strawberry plants are doing okay. This one's struggling. Got a little cold, or heat got it. Not sure. Covered it up. Hoping it's going to come back. Got a little bit of new growth right there. So I rototilled in my strawberries from last year. They got a little burnt. We just take those off and let it put energy into building new growth. You can see there's all sorts of stuff growing up in here. Those look like beets. You never know. We have put beets and carrots and all sorts of flowers in here, so it'll be interesting. There's some type of melons growing up in there. There could be watermelons in here too, or cucumbers. Like I said, it's my mystery garden. Some English lavender. This is where I was pulling weeds around. This is where that snake was last night. It was right here. Roses. That's been in there for like 4 years. That's always does well. Some plants from before. Some oregano out there. Little work in progress. And the raspberries and blackberries against the back wall. I did throw in a bunch of different sunflower seeds when I ran out of corn in one row. They should be quite pretty. Let's see if I still have. Got my little garbage bag here. Put up these. So on the end of one of the last row of corn, threw in these sunflowers. Guess they're upside down. Drop dead red. So hopefully they'll bring a spark of color to the garden later on. This is doing good. I had ladybugs come in last year and I really didn't have an aphid problem. Got lots of buds on this. There was that one that did bloom right here. Got a little cold one night, so it got kind of a little frostbitten on the edges. That is about it for out here. Rosemary plant. I chopped that back quite a bit. Can't remember what these plants are, but the butterflies and the hummingbirds love them. Got some thyme that's struggling to survive, but that's from last year. And that's the oregano down there. I did plant melons and cucumbers. on both sides. Like I got some growing along here too, in between those plants. Nothing's come up. I did plant one new one called a snake gourd, just ornamental. See how that goes. I like to try something new every year, and that's my new one this year, snake gourds. It's raspberry here. The rest of them are blackberries. Had these crates because they were getting a little sun scorched. So I'm going to give them a little, that one did have a bunch of blossoms on it. Give them a little shade from the intense sun we have. This one's called Blackberry Baby Cakes. So between that and the chickens trying to take a dirt bath like right next to them, that one's doing good. These are two I've had for a couple years. This one's struggled because a sunflower grew up in here last year. I've actually got another one right there. I gotta get that out. That one does really well. That one's growing really good. Gotta go dig that up. I always try to transplant them, but they don't like it. Like I got clover growing. So we're gonna let that go because that adds lots of good stuff to the soil. Got most of the weeds out, so I'm just being careful because if there's one baby snake, there could be more. That's probably where all my lizards went. I did have quite a few lizards in here. That's it for the little garden. We'll do some updates throughout the season. And got 4 more rows I can plant. See what I can find to put in there. You'll have a beautiful Memorial weekend. And we don't have a cloud in the sky right now. Leave it with baby goats.